activities, market and transportation. Other livelihoods means some different kinds of job which we need in our daily life. And cattle rearing. Example, one of the person that we have learned about Nagaraju, his name, and he having a cattle rearing and buffalo's milk also, and he used to get 1 lakh rupees per year. He get 1 lakh rupees per year. Other activities like carpentry work, rice milling, pot making, etc. So many works they are doing to gain some profit. Next, market and transportation. What do you mean by market and transportation? A person have a full of paddy, he wants to sell. What he need? He has to transport the goods from one place to another place. Then he will sell the paddy in the market. He can gain the money. He can get the income also. And let us go to the new topic, village settlement. Okay, village settlement. There are about 570 families in this village with about 3,400 people as per 2011 census. Of these, about 350 families are of various castes who own most of the land in the village. The remaining 220 families depend mostly upon wage labor either in this village or nearby villages. Their land holdings is less than half acre each. All of them are agricultural laborers. As we saw earlier, they also migrate. In the village settlement, they have 570 families as per 2011 census, and in this 3,400 people are there. 3,400 people are there. Next, other is 350 families. Next, remaining 220 families are okay. In this, all these are village about 3,000 people according to the census work. About 350 families are various castes. Various castes. Okay, they are having the various castes. Next, 2020 families depends on the wage labor. They depends on the wage labor. Okay, they will do daily work. They will do daily work. And their land holding is less than half acre. They will be having only half acre. Okay. Next, out of the 350 families, there are 3 or 4 large farmers with about 3 acres of land. Most other farmers have only about half to 5 acres. Hence, most of the cultivators are small farmers. See, large farmers are there, small farmers are also there. Large farmers have so many acres, like 4 acres. Small farmers having only 1 or half acre. Okay. Next, in the earlier days, roofs of the houses were made of baked clay and walls with mud. Wood was not used much. The new houses use steel, brick and concrete, stone and mud is easily available from the nearby quarries. The houses of the poor are thatched or have tin sheets roofs. Most houses in the village have electricity connection. Okay, in some people there will be baked clay and walls with the mud. Okay, walls with the mud they will do. The new houses use steel, brick and concrete. If you want to construct a building, what are the uses and needs mud must be compulsory. Stones, concrete, water, etc. To finish the building, these are the very important things which we are going to use. And not only this, many iron is also important to construct the building. Yes or no? And the houses of the poor are attached or having thin sheet roofs. Thin sheet roofs also they will be having. Next, they have to get the electricity connection also. Earlier, the people of Dokur depend on wells for drinking water. Nowadays, drinking water is supplied through an overhead tank which draws its water from a bore pump. Water is supplied through taps once every 2 days. All houses have tap connection that have been provided by the government agency. See, in the old Dokur village, they depends on the wells for drinking water. There will be refresh and water will be supplied overhead with draws in water from bore pumps. Alternate days or after 2 days, they will be getting some drinking water. Nowadays, in our houses also we are getting the different areas. They are getting the drinking water facility from the government. Next topic, roads and market. There are a few shops in the village such as kirana shops, chicken center, vegetable shops, pan shop and so on. Buses ply from Mehbubnagar to Dokur village. A few buses ply from Devarakadra to Vanaparthi via Dokur, which is linked to NH44. Here NH means National Highway. Most of the villages travel by shared auto rickshaw. Towards the north of the village, there is a railway station where 3 local train shops. See here, in the Dokur village, they have different types of business which they are going to do, like kirana shops, pan shops, chicken centers, everything. Okay, and in this they have to travel from one place to another place. They will go in a auto rickshaw or some buses. And Mehbubnagar town to Dokur village and Devarakadra area to Vanaparthi, they will be having that NH44. NH means National Highway. NH44 via Devarakadra to Vanaparthi. Okay. They have to travel from one place to another place. Okay, this is the topic of Dokur, a village on the plateau. Let us recall or revise the lesson Dokur. And I will say the key points. Please remember and make a short note. A plateau is a landform characterized by a flat topped region that is elevated above the surroundings. And Dokur village is located in Mehbubnagar district, Devarakadra village in Telangana state. It is situated in Dokur village and is at 25 kilometers from Mehbubnagar district. Town to Dokur village, it takes 25 kilometers. Dokur village is a drought prone region. In this village, about 50% of the area land is covered with red soil. 50% of land is covered with red soil. Okay? And that is called as Nelalu. Okay? And in this village, the small part of the agricultural land is covered with shallow black soils called Nalalu with about 60 centimeters depth. Black soil is called as Nalalu The other types of soil available in the village are Chaudu and Garasu, and it takes three soils. I have explained you all three types of soils: red soil, black soil, and Chaudu and Garasu. These are the three important types of soils. And the next, after this, note down all of you water resources, tanks and ponds. That I have explained you briefly in the previous class. And the next topic is about wells and borewells. You all also know about this, wells and borewells, agricultural and crops. That is also very important topic in the Dokur village. And fruit orchards. Fruits orchards, I have given you example like mango orchards and orange orchards. After that, other livelihood. Other livelihood means doing a different kinds of jobs to earn income. Cattle rearing, and I said you about the Nagaraja story. Other activities like rice milling, carpentry work, electrician work, welding work, all these things. Market and transportation. I gave the example to transport the goods from one place to another place. Village settlement. 570 families, out of that 3,400 according to the 2011 census work. After that, some other families like 350 having various types of caste. In that, 220 families have the like wage labor, they will do everyday work. Next, out of the 350 families, they will be having large farmers and small farmers. Large farmers have 30 acres and above 30. Small farmers have only 5 acres or 1 acre or half of the acre. And next, road and markets. I said you about the road and markets like national highway. I gave the example. And we have finished this Dokur village lesson. And have a nice day, ma. Thank you. Okay, they have given you the keywords in the textbook, page number 35. Plateau, tank, groundwater, soil types, sheep rearing. Okay, I'll explain you about the question answers. First question. Compare water availability in the bore wells of the Krishna Delta and the plateaus. Okay, water facilities available. How the water will comes for us from the Krishna Delta is the first question. Second one. Compare the changes in cropping pattern of Dokur and Penumarku. Okay, this is the changing of cropping. After finishing one crop, then next to go to the another crop. Simultaneously, we cannot do this and that. Third question. Do you think agriculture can be a profitable profession in places like Dokur? Say yes or no. If we can try our level best, we can achieve each and everything. Is that not impossible? It's a possible to each and everyone if we have to do work hard. Then only we can find the profit. Next question. What differences would it make to the village if the rainfall in the region increased? Okay, rainfall is heavy, then Pedda Cheruvu. After that Pedda Cheruvu, then it flows to the some tanks or ponds. The chain of perils, like it passes the water from one place to another place. Next, what non-agricultural occupations are there in your village? Get details about one such occupation. Okay, it depends on your village. If you are having any agriculture occupation means you have to write in your own words. Next question, 6th one. Write a description in one line for the words given below. Okay, they have given you the serial numbers, item in Dokur village. Soil. Okay, write the soil, meaning of soil and the types of soils. What happened in the Dokur village, not in your own places. Next one is about water. Water, how they face some problems. Write about that. And crops. What are the types of crops they are dead. Markets. And next is occupations. Next question. Read the paragraph. Environmentalist recognized and write in your opinion. This is about environmental. You have to write in your own words. And next, the project work. Listen carefully, ma. There are two types of land called meta and terrain. Traditionally, pulses are grown on meta, land without irrigation, and paddy is grown on terrain, land with irrigation. Okay, pulses will grow meta, land without irrigation. Okay, and next paddy is grown on terrain, land with irrigation. If you live in a village, find out about the type of soil in your area. What words are used to describe the land in your village? How is the soil? Make a table showing the following features of soil: water absorption, high or low. Next, water retention, quick or slow. Sand content, high or low. Color of the soil from the above village. Compare them with the type of soil in your village. Do this project very carefully. Okay, I will give you the good marks for you all if you done very good. Okay, thank you, ma'am.